Figures show that over 7,000 settlement homes have been advanced under your government since the start of the year. You know, and these are widely criticised internationally, publicly and privately to you. They contravene international law. You have said in interviews I've seen in the past that it's the Palestinians that are the obstacle to peace. As the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, said this week, it's settlements that are the physical obstacle to peace.
I think that's not true, and it's not new that I disagree with this. I also disagree that it's against international law because there's never been an international decision that says that Jews cannot live in Judea. That's where we come from.
No, but Article 49 of the Geneva Convention says that an occupying force cannot build on the land.
No, it cannot transfer people.
And build on the land.
Transfer people. Build on the land if it's your disputed...
Unless it's military.
If it's disputed territory, which it is. You call it occupied. We call it disputed. It's part of our ancestral homeland. I mean, we've only been attached to it for, 3,000 years. King David established our capital here in Jerusalem only 3,000 years ago. We're not the Belgians in the Congo or the Dutch in Indonesia. For God's sake, this is the land of Israel. It's our country. So I completely disagree with that. But I think one thing is true. The Palestinians are here, and we're not going to push them out. We're here, and they're not going to push us out. But that's not the reason that successive governments, were unable to make peace. After all, they were here. They weren't building. They were freezing. They were, 4 or 5 prime ministers who were left of the Likud and left of me, before me and after me, couldn't make peace with the Palestinians. Why? Because the Palestinians, unfortunately, have been commandeered by a leadership that doesn't want peace with Israel. They want a peace without Israel. They don't want a state next to Israel. They want a state instead of Israel. And that is the persistent Palestinian refusal to recognize a Jewish state in any border. On the 1967 border.
Building of settlements.
No, don't run away from what I'm saying, because I'm giving you exactly.
Sure, but if I had your opposite number, Mahmoud Abbas, in front of me, I would obviously scrutinise him.
No, you wouldn't.
In his decisions.
The answer is you wouldn't. I've watched the Western interviews with Abbas, and they're very.
I have not done an interview with him,
but,
and you'll have to take my word for it.
I leave you with that challenge.
I obviously have you as the Israeli Prime Minister in front of me, and so it's your decisions that I'm scrutinising. Well, and I mean, look at the United States State Department last week described the building of a yeshiva in Homesh. In the West Bank as violating Israel's commitment to the Biden administration.
It doesn't violate any commitment. That's completely.
That is the U.S. State Department.
Well, it happens to be wrong. I can disagree with them. But the important thing is, what you're saying is that if a Jew buys private land, it buys it, and wants to live in the areas next to the Palestinians, that is a criminal action. We have to sanitize the area. We have to make it ethnically cleansed. If I said to you that Jews cannot buy land anywhere in the world, in London or Paris and so on, you would go and you would be outraged. But the idea here is that private land in disputed areas that have not been determined yet what their political future is, the Jews should not live there because it obstructs the peace. Why? Why do a million Arab citizens of Israel live inside Israel, and we don't say that that's not possible? On the contrary. I think they're allowed to live anywhere. They should have all the civic rights, equal rights. But the idea that Jews will live next to Palestinians, that obviates the peace. I think this conception is the danger to peace. We're going to have to live next to each other. We'll have to find the political arrangement how to do so. But the idea that the presence of Jews in their ancestral homeland, which has been our homeland for the last 3,000 years, the Jews should not live there. It should be Judenrein, Jew-free. I think that's the obstacle to peace.